Realtech is fundamentally changing the way we engage with and experience the built environment. And I genuinely believe that the new battleground in real estate is not location, but technology.
So globally, Realtech investment is now growing at 50% per annum.
I think the most powerful message today is that innovation has impacted so many other sectors, and for real estate to think that it's not going to be impacted in the same way is short-term thinking.
Many of the companies that are in the Realtech space are actually not about disruption at all. Their focus is on technology that will enhance the value of real estate, lowering costs of portfolios, or delighting your customers.
It does feel like the momentum is starting to shift and the conversation has really accelerated in the last 18 months. And some of the numbers you spoke about this morning with the investment into the sector, and certainly some of the things that we're looking at in terms of enhancements and innovations across our business, you can certainly see this becoming a really significant topical point.
It's not about bricks and mortar, it's about the customer experience, and technology is the key.
Disruption is inevitable, and there's a huge opportunity for technology innovation to really benefit the real estate industry.
I think you also have the customer at the centre of the conversation, which is your point before, and you make sure that when people are being measured and monitored, it's the voice of the customer, what the customer wants, and efficiency, and how do you deploy technology to give you a competitive advantage against, for your customer, and from an efficiency point of view. And if they're there in addition to return on equity hurdles, it changes the conversations quite significantly.
So the way I see it, real estate tech today has become a hygiene factor, a bit like sustainability was 5 years ago.
That actually there are some real differentiating capabilities in innovation, some real tangible, useful outcomes that you can take to pitches, that we can use for marketing, that we can use to increase the value of our landlord assets and increase the value to our tenants.
For us, I think at Taronga and the real purpose of the vehicle was to be able to introduce innovation into a sector that actually impacts everyone all of the time. And that's exciting for us, I think. And happiness is absolutely that measure, right? It's happiness, it's utility, it's quality of life.
And I think it needs to be certainly driven by the top down from the boards. The boards need to be making sure that there's resource, there's budget allocation, there's there's empowerment through the senior management to implement change.
If I don't make that $10 million allocation, how long will it be before my competitor is 1/10 a cent distribution better than me? So it's what could go wrong is the question some of these directors need to be asking, and that's pretty. I think it's compelling for the directors.
The whole idea with the Realtech Ventures is to create an Australian-based, Asian-focused ecosystem of non-competing investors who will get to test and trial opportunities prior to their competitors.
The most powerful message for me out of today was that change is here, disruption is here, and just as it has affected other industries, it will come to our shores very quickly. We need to be ready and can't afford to sit around and not do anything about it. So iSpeed is well on its journey to start looking at some of these things.
The pace of innovation in those other industries and the resulting ubiquity of technology that we use for everything from finding a job to getting a loan to comparing insurance policies and buying a pizza, that ubiquity has heightened our expectations as consumers of every other transaction in our lives. And in particular, it's heightened our expectations of the way in which we engage with the built environment, the way we experience real estate and real estate transactions.
But one thing is clear, the disruption of real estate is inevitable. And the decisions that you make today will determine whether your company will be ahead of the trend or disrupted by it.